The central economic problem, often referred to as the problem of scarcity, arises from the fundamental economic reality that resources are limited while human wants are virtually limitless. This dilemma forces societies to make choices about how to allocate their finite resources effectively. Markets, as a mechanism for organizing economic activity, play a crucial role in addressing this problem. Let's explore how markets deal with the central economic problem through various lenses, including supply and demand, price mechanisms, competition, and the role of government. Understanding scarcity and choice at its core, the central economic problem is about scarcity. Imagine a world where resources, such as land, labor, and capital, are abundant. In such a scenario, everyone could have everything they desire without any trade-offs. However, reality paints a different picture. Resources are limited, and this limitation forces individuals and societies to prioritize their needs and wants. For instance, consider a family with a limited budget. They must decide whether to spend their money on groceries, education, or entertainment. Each choice comes with an opportunity cost, the value of the next best alternative that is foregone. Markets serve as a platform where buyers and sellers interact to exchange goods and services. They are essential for addressing the central economic problem because they facilitate the distribution of scarce resources. In a well-functioning market, the forces of supply and demand work together to determine prices, which in turn guide the allocation of resources. When demand for a product increases, prices tend to rise. This price signal encourages producers to allocate more resources toward the production of that good. Conversely, if demand decreases, prices fall, leading producers to reduce output. This dynamic interaction between supply and demand helps ensure that resources are directed toward their most valued uses. Let's delve deeper into the concepts of supply and demand. Demand refers to the quantity of a good or service that consumers are willing and able to purchase at various price levels. The law of demand states that, all else being equal, as the price of a good falls, the quantity demanded rises, and vice versa. This relationship is often illustrated by a downward-sloping demand curve. On the other hand, supply represents the quantity of a good or service that producers are willing and able to sell at different price points. The law of supply states that, all else being equal, as the price of a good rises, the quantity supplied also rises. This relationship is depicted by an upward-sloping supply curve. The intersection of the supply and demand curves determines the equilibrium price and quantity in a market. At this point, the quantity of goods that consumers are willing to buy matches the quantity that producers are willing to sell. This equilibrium is crucial for efficient resource allocation. The price mechanism is a vital aspect of how markets deal with scarcity. Prices act as signals to both consumers and producers. When prices rise due to increased demand, consumers may choose to buy less or seek substitutes, while producers are incentivized to increase production. This self-regulating nature of markets helps ensure that resources are allocated efficiently. Consider the example of a popular smartphone. If a new model is released and demand skyrockets, the price will likely increase. This price hike signals to producers that they should ramp up production to meet consumer demand. At the same time, some consumers may decide to hold off on purchasing the latest model, opting instead for an older version or a different brand. This adjustment process helps balance supply and demand, demonstrating how markets respond to the central economic problem. Competition is another crucial element of market economies that helps address scarcity. In a competitive market, multiple producers vie for consumers' attention, leading to better quality products and services at lower prices. This competition fosters innovation, as companies seek to differentiate themselves from their rivals. For instance, In the technology sector, companies continuously strive to develop new features and improve existing products. This drive for innovation not only benefits consumers by providing them with better options but also ensures that resources are used efficiently. When firms innovate, they often find ways to produce goods with fewer resources or create entirely new products that fulfill previously unmet needs. While markets are powerful mechanisms for resource allocation, they are not without their limitations. Sometimes, market failures occur, leading to inefficient outcomes. For example, public goods, such as clean air and national defense, are often underprovided in a purely market-driven economy. In such cases, government intervention may be necessary to correct these failures. Governments can play a role in addressing the central economic problem by implementing policies that promote competition, regulate monopolies, and provide public goods. Additionally, they can use fiscal and monetary policies to stabilize the economy during periods of recession or inflation. By intervening in markets when necessary, governments can help ensure that resources are allocated more equitably and efficiently. In conclusion, markets are essential for addressing the central economic problem of scarcity. Through the dynamics of supply and demand, the price mechanism, competition, and the role of government, markets facilitate the allocation of scarce resources to meet the diverse needs and wants of society. While markets are not perfect and can experience failures, their ability to adapt and respond to changing conditions is a testament to their importance in our economies. By understanding how markets operate, we can better appreciate their role in addressing the fundamental economic challenges we face.